After visiting St Michael's and All Angels Church for the first time 10 days ago, the students had a big task: to look at the future and redesign the church. Their job was not only to rejuvenate Paulsgrove, but to create a plan to involve the community.
Okay, so the students have been working with the church. They came up with some really basic ideas a week ago, and they've been working on them over the last week or so. They've been looking at examples of other churches and other places around the world and getting ideas from there. They've been looking at what they saw were the really main problems when they went and visited the site, and they've been working on developing the solutions. We've got a 1950s church. It's been going around for, do the maths, 60 plus years. It actually needs to it needs a major refresh. Any building in our homes after 30 or 40 years, we do a major refresh. The church now needs to do that. It needs to be a much more attractive and usable space for the next century, not the last half century. So, and Paulsgrove, it's right in the centre of Paulsgrove. There's a real opportunity for that church to become the heart of Paulsgrove, as some of the students have called it.
This is actually a project that has been built around Science Without Boundaries, or Without Borders, which is where international students come to the university and engage. These students have engaged with the second year architecture course for a whole year, and at the end of it they've been asked to engage with more practice-based activity. And as we have a project office in the School of Architecture, and we have this relationship with the church, we were able to bring the two things together and offer them a real-life series of projects.
With only 10 days to complete the plans and presentation, the group welcomed the challenge and came up with some unusual ideas.
Our main proposal would be the Infinity Church, which is a church full of possibilities with no fixed furniture, where people could move the furniture and it could have different activities in different space. So we have a sensory room, we have an activities room where you can use computers and use for painting lessons or even dance lessons as well.
For example, we want to work a little bit with the arches, because when you go to the church, you see it's a very important element. You see that in the windows, in the altar. And also we want to keep it simple and work with the white color.
The thing of working with community is that you have to be sensitive and you have to see what they need and you have to learn from them. You just not go there and just do the work. You have to learn from them and to try to understand what they need, what they don't know they need, but you can tell them. You have to see the potential of them. So it's really cool to work with community. Back in Brazil, I worked with community, and this is a really rewarding work.
With the diverse range of plans, it's certainly given the clients something to think about.
We're here today to have a look at some really imaginative and creative ideas that some architectural students have put together that would help us to think about how we could reimagine church or create church in a new way that would embrace the wider community in the parish of Paulsgrove. I think it's really important because, as a number of the students have said, there is an issue with identity. It's remarkable that the church is the largest building in Paulsgrove, but a lot of people actually don't quite realise it's there somehow, and I'm not sure how that's happened. People will often say to me, "Oh, where's your church?" And I say, "It's St Michael's." And they say, "Where's that?" And I say, "Well, it's opposite the shops," and they all know where the shops are. And eventually, they kind of say, "Well, is that the building opposite the church, opposite the shops?" And I say, "Yes, it is." I don't know how people don't recognise it, but somehow they don't. So, in order to rebrand or redesign, so somehow the church needs to reconnect with the wider community and be identifiable as a sacred space and b as a community space as well.
The next step for the church is to take their ideas to the Paulsgrove community to get their views. April Brown, Solent News Now.